ALTBAYS. ALTBAYS. ALTBAYS.
And we are live. ALTBAYS show brought to you by ALTBAYS.nz. This is show number 97, which is pretty cool. Good job, Leo. Good job, Taylor. We're live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. So if you're watching us right now, you're on YouTube. And if you are on YouTube, you should subscribe to our channel to support the growth of the platform. And you can also become a member now. You can join us. Yeah, man. Yeah. So you can give a couple of dollars if you want to. You can support the team monthly. So we keep bringing cool people and having cool conversations. Thanks so much for Charlie Kelly, our good friend who donated $1 last show. My man, my student, good man. Thank you so much. Very, very appreciated. He's trying to put $50 together and he donated one.
Wow.
It's a good human, isn't it?
Generous.
It's very generous. If the show is too long for you, you can also go to our ALTBAYS Clips, which is our second channel where we break down the chats so you can watch 5, 7, 10, 12-minute clips. And if you like what you see, then you go for the full show. And if you like even smaller clips, you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok where we upload some snippets of the conversations. And you can comment and you can pretend that you know what you're talking about, but you actually have no clue. We don't care. Just do whatever you want to do. And it's all good. It's been a pleasure to do these shows, having a cool audience, and the numbers are growing, which makes us very happy. Very special week. Next week, we have 3 awesome shows, and the family will be all together next Friday. All the co-hosts, we're going to have a cool get-together here, so stay tuned, stay with us. And speaking of cool people, on my left, we have Lana Garland tonight. Yo! How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Oh, I'm better now.
Yes.
So good to see you.
You too.
How have you been?
I've been great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fasting?
Fasting. I am.
Are you? Mm-hmm. How long for?
Probably 72 hours. See how I go.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Is it the first time that you go for a long? For a lot of people, very long?
Yeah.
Yes?
Usually probably just 1 or 2 days. I'm going for 3.
3. Mm-hmm. Oof. How does it feel right now with these pizzas in front of you? Not very generous from ALTBAYS, eh?
Remarkably sweet. I was like, oh, when you said there were pizza coming, I was like, well, I'll see. I mean, I'm not a rigid person, but didn't want to eat them. Well, sort of did, but didn't.
Good.
Yeah.
So is it a water fast or a juice fast?
I'm doing a juice fast.
And how does it work? How many juices do you have per day? Or like you just listen to your body and you go with it?
Yeah. Probably 2 I would have, and then the rest water.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any specific?
But I like it because of the nutrients. I think it's really good to have the nutrients in your body while you're doing it. Mm-hmm.
Any specific things that will go in the juice, or you just have a look around and see what you have, or you try to tap into the right things?
Greens always, so whatever's good in the garden, and lemon, good, and yeah, whatever else I can rustle up.
Are you a ginger fan?
I love ginger.
So good.
And ginger.
And ginger.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Garlic?
Sometimes when I'm feeling meaty, like whoa, like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've heard from different sources that garlic can be great for some things, but then for some other situations you should avoid. I think the Hare Krishnas, they don't do onions and garlics. Is that right?
Yeah. There's people, Hare Krishnas and a few other people in India. That's why they use asafoetida powder.
Do you know why?
No.
That would be a good one to
Find
look
out.
for later on. Hey, Taylor, our Google man. While you do that, I'm going to bring our guest to the conversation because this is a cool one. How are you, Carly?
I'm good.
Carly Ellen from Infinite Fitness.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. It's good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Have you tried fasting before?
Yes, I have. I sort of do it during the week. and usually just skip breakfast and eat later in the day, like after 12, and it works for me because I'm busy in the morning and easy way to not eat too much throughout the day.
Was it something that came naturally for you, like of starting eating later, or you saw someone doing it and then you were like, oh, okay, that makes sense?
No, it was pretty natural actually, because as a personal trainer, like the mornings are always pretty busy and I do drink a lot of coffee. So I'm not really like a hard out strict faster, but yeah, I found that I just wasn't hungry before 12, so it was just an easy way to like diet without dieting, I guess. Without cutting out any specific food groups. It was just an easy way to like cut a few calories by skipping a meal.
Nice. Yeah. I wanna ask more about that, but before, I just wanna say thank you to our supporters of the night. Slice baby. Yeah. Look at this. We've already started, because you know it's very hard to look at the pizza and not eat it. So congratulations, Lana. It's a mission.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
self-control.
Self-control. So if you are in Whitianga, or if you are coming to Whitianga, it's springtime. Make sure to check them out. Slice Baby NZ. Yeah, I know, right? 23 Albert Street. Check them out on Facebook, and yeah, they have amazing pizzas. They have amazing vegan pizzas, which suits Leo, but it suits everyone. They have like meat options and I think a salmon one that some of our co-hosts really love. So make sure to check out Slice Baby. Talk to Mike, good man. And one more. Have you got your phone in your pocket?
I've got my phone down there. Yeah.
Can I put it on this side?
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Here you go.
It might be yours.
Handily wrapped up. It's in flight mode. So
Is it?
Be, but anyway.
CARLY? No.
I've got my phone in flight mode.
Okay. So maybe it's my chip.
Yeah.
From my vaccine.
Bleep bleep.
And
could be smartwatch as well. If it's
my smartwatch, not mine.
No, nothing smart on me.
No. And one more quick thing before we get back to the conversation. I met a friend this morning, and she was commenting on a clip that I made. Well, on a comment that I made about the Queen. I know, right? Last week, and I told her that I have nothing personal against the Queen. Okay, it's just a system that for me it seems a bit like antiquated and unnecessary in 2022. Monarchy doesn't mean much to me. You know, the gathering of wealth in general doesn't mean much to me. So I will oppose as I die any kind of wow.
Whoa.
Any that was a bit harsh. I'm joking. No, I'm not.
It's fine.
But we chatted about what sometimes humans represent to other humans, and I understand grief and all that stuff. You know, like maybe Queen Elizabeth represented the image of a mother for a lot of people in this country and other countries. And she kindly asked me if I could talk about a gathering that is going to happen to honor the Queen. And I said, no, I'm joking. I said yes, obviously. So if you are in Whitianga or in the Coromandel area, or if you're keen to travel from wherever you are, the Crossroads Church will hold this gathering to honor the life of service of Queen Elizabeth II, Monday, the 19th of September at 8 p.m. There you go, because we are humans. So if you are grieving about someone's death, yeah, that is all right, and I understand that. So there you go. Going back to... Going back to...
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want any comments. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Off we go. You mentioned something with starting around 12, but like you still work out in the morning, right? You have your classes and you do your workouts, or like when you're not eating, you don't work out. How does that work?
I work out like randomly. Like my no 2 days are ever really the same for me. So I'll just squeeze in a workout whenever. Like I don't have like a set time or routine. I like to sort of go with the flow a little bit. But generally, I will try and train when I'm fasting.
And do you feel good? Like, do you feel energized?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel really good. Yeah.
I feel like that too.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if there's I think nowadays that people are talking more about eating less, or at least eating at the right times when they're hungry. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're breaking that stigma, but a lot of people feel like you should wake up and put something in.
Yeah. I think that you just have to go with whatever works. Like, for some people, they'll eat their dinner during the day, or like eating later at night, or you just have to think about what's going to fit into your lifestyle, and people working different hours. Some people were doing night shifts, so there's no wrong, in my opinion, there's no wrong or right way to eat. You just should, what's going to fit in for you and your family and your social life. Like, that's number one. Unless, you know, you're training for like a bodybuilding competition, or you're an athlete, like, different story. But like, for myself and most of the people I work with, that's sort of the advice that I give. Just go with what's going to work for you.
Do people who come to you, do they care about like counting calories and all this? Is it common for people come to you and say, oh, I actually want to get this right with my eating and my trainings?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm a big advocate for counting calories, but not in the sense like to become obsessed with it, but more like of a tool, and to educate yourself on what foods have high calories and low calories. Like, a lot of the time, like, foods that are labelled like health foods are actually really, really high in calories.
Energy dense, eh?
Yeah, and depending on what your goals are, like, if your goal is to get healthier and have more energy, then go for it. But 99% of the time, people want to lose weight. People want to trim down a little bit. So I sort of get them to start learning about what foods, you know, have high calories and low calories, and they're like, oh, I can have an apple and that's only like 80 calories. Or the smoothie that they're having every morning is like 600 calories, and like, shit, that's like a lot of calories
Yeah.
for one meal. Yeah.
Are you good with your control, like of your calories and what you do, or
Yeah.
you kind of
am
yeah?
Yes, I did it for a long time, like through the app MyFitnessPal. And now I can sort of like guess like I could be like, oh, well, that's 400 calories, or that's not going to be much, or like that was a lot of calories. So you can sort of start estimating once you've done it for so long. Like, it would just be like,
Second nature.
yeah, like someone else. Like, I'm trying to think of an example of like, like a chef that knows how to cook without a recipe. So, yeah.
What is a nasty one that you wouldn't think that is that caloric, and then when you check, you're like,
hidden
like,
calories. Secret ones.
Oh, anything that's high in fat, really. Like butter and potato chips. Like, you know, the little snack size kids ones? They're like, off the top of my head, like 200 calories just for like a tiny little bag.
It's like 8 chips,
Yeah. Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, 8 chips. Yeah, and you're like, man, I'm still hungry. So, yeah, anything that's like fried, like deep fried, deep fried.
Do you try to stay away, Lana, from deep fried
8 chips.
chips? Do you like chips?
I don't really try and stay away from anything, really. I just eat what I feel like at the time.
Yeah, same, neither.
But I don't. I also like to feel really great, and so I normally eat lots of greens and not much fried foods. But sometimes, yeah.
Indulging. Is it indulging though? Yeah, because it triggers things in our brains that there's that feeling of like, oh, this is amazing.
Have
but
you
it's
heard of the
Definitely.
milkshake experiment?
My
I'm
milkshake.
curious now. I'm even going to grab a piece of pizza to listen to the milkshake
I can't remember
experiment.
who did the study. It was like either like Harvard or Stanford, and they had 2 groups of people, and they gave, they must have had the same group of people, and on one occasion they gave them this milkshake, and they said, this is a low calorie shake, like it's not really going to fill you up, etc. And then they gave the same people a different milkshake. I might be getting the story wrong, but it'll come together at the end. And they told these people it's a really high calorie milkshake, it's really decadent, it's like indulgent. And the people that got the like low calorie shake, the hormone that tells you you're like still hungry was elevated. Mm-hmm. And then the group that got told they had a high calorie drink, their hormone levels to say that they're full. I think it's
Is it leptin?
some ghrelin.
Yeah.
That level went up, but in reality, the two milkshakes were exactly the same. So, just by telling yourself, like, for instance, eating this pizza, you can be like, "Oh, this is such a treat. This is going to be so yum." It'll send off like a chemical reaction in your brain to not eat as much. Whereas if like there was like a chicken salad, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to eat heaps. But then 10 minutes later, you'll be like, oh, I'm still hungry. Because those same chemical reactions haven't like started in your brain. Mm-mm. Yeah.
And also it's like my mum always says, eat whatever you want, but don't feel guilty about it.
Yes.
Because that, and the milkshake experiment to me speaks to that.
Yeah.
Because it's like we actually control the pharmacy that's inside our bodies with our thoughts as much as it's almost equal to the actual chemistry of the food involved, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's like
but true. It's like how powerful we are.
Yeah.
So what you think is so influences everything and what you eat. I've never heard the milkshake experiment before.
Oh yeah,
it's
I probably
amazing.
like totally stuffed up the story, but if you Google the milkshake experiment.
But basically that's the thing, right? It was the same milkshake. They told them it was different and their bodies reacted differently physiologically.
Yeah. It's like that whole placebo effect.
It's so real.
Yeah.
As is the nocebo effect.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is when you believe like you've got 6 months to live. Boom.
Then that's it. It might be it.
Yeah. That might be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we are already going to a direction that I really wanted to talk about, which is the power of mindset, of telling your stories. Because when I was writing a little blurb, to attach with the link, I was like, sometimes it's so hard to find the motivation to go and work out. Like at different times when humans had to move, that was not a problem.
Yeah.
We were moving.
Yeah.
We were doing things. We were going from A to B because we had to.
Yeah.
And nowadays we sit down, we do what we have to do, we get the money in the bank, we eat whatever we want to eat, we order whatever we want to order, and then it's a hassle. It's hard.
It's a chore.
It's a chore. Yeah. So first, like on a personal level, and then to the way that you support people on their journeys. How is your mindset? How do you talk to yourself? Have you been always like, have you been a sporty child, someone who was...
Not at all.
Here we go.
No. So I was a really overweight girl, like child. We lived in Auckland, so we were like McDonald's, like lollies every day after school. So I was really overweight. Played netball for a couple of years, but was not sporty at all. My parents drank a lot, smoked, and didn't have an influence of sports or health or fitness. Never saw my parents work out a day in their life. And when I got to high school, I did like a year of rowing at Hauraki Plains College, and I really enjoyed it. But I only did one season because I was a teenager and then started getting interested in boys and partying and so
early morning for rowing.
Yes.
I get you.
Yeah.
That's some early mornings.
Yes. So then I didn't really start getting into exercise until I was about 20. And I was living in Auckland in the middle of the recession, and I was just applying for jobs anywhere I could get. And I applied for this job at a recreation centre in Linfield. And I got the job. So at the centre there was a gym, like squash courts, badminton, like a stadium and stuff. And I was like, oh, well, the gym's free. Like, I may as well I'll start going because I don't have to pay for it. And I just really started enjoying how good I felt, like how much more energy I felt, and like how much more work I got done in the day. And like, yeah, the whole mindset change was like, man, why doesn't everyone do this? How do people not? And I got to the point where if I didn't work out, like I'd feel like really tired throughout the day, just feel a bit yuck and a bit flat. And yeah, so it just sort of all started from there. And that was sort of like my like taste for it. And I'm like, I've got to share this experience with everyone. And yeah, that's what I try and tell my clients, like, just think about how energized you're going to feel afterwards. Like, don't worry about trying to lose weight or drop a dress size. Start thinking about how you're going to feel at that moment and right after. And then the physical benefits will come. Yeah.
Did you have moments of losing momentum?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Like,
Oh my gosh, she's human.
yeah,
She's
yeah,
human.
yeah. Like every every month. Like, yeah. But what, like, were you asking me, like, what keeps me motivated, or just that feeling, that energized feeling? And now there's there's obviously a lot of pressure for me to stay fit and strong, bit of social pressure, so that's always good as well. But I just go back to how good I feel, and wanting to like live healthy. I want to be old and be able to get off the floor if I fall down, or be able to play with my grandkids one day. And yeah,
That's an interesting one. Do you say like that? There's some pressure for you to be, like to have the look of someone who is teaching fitness, because doctors smoke.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What? Now you're going to get complaints from doctors.
Ooh. Shit, the queen and the
Not all they
doctors.
do.
Damn. I don't know what I'm doing. So, do you think it would look bad? Like people would not be 100% sure about coming to a gym, that maybe the person's a little bit overweight, or is just having a cigarette outside, or vaping. Now, because now it's vaping, right? Having a vape.
I have been many shapes and sizes over the last in my career, and to be honest, it hasn't. Well, I feel like it hasn't really affected my service to others. I put on a lot of weight when I was pregnant. I was like 105 kilos. After I had my daughter, I was really sick throughout my pregnancy. But I think, like, people will come to you if they hear that you're good and you know what you're doing. And, of course, if I was, like, obese, can't walk in a wheelchair, like, that would be a red flag. But probably wouldn't take advice from me. But, yeah, I think it's good to have a little bit of pressure, but then at the same time, like, I really couldn't care less what I look like, as long as I'm like injury-free, healthy, fit, can move around, like that's sort of like my main priority. Yeah.
How old were you when you got pregnant?
27 or 28.
And you said that you felt a bit sick after.
During the pregnancy.
During the pregnancy.
Yeah.
How was because again, I like the mindset topic. Like, how was that experience? Like, how was watching your body changing? And because it's such a physical work that you do. Like you out there, if you're not working out yourself, like you talking to people, you engaging. I can see a lot of energy going there.
Yeah.
And then everything starts to change and shift. So how was pregnancy?
To be really honest, it was hell. Like,
Nice.
I was so unwell throughout the whole pregnancy, and the only time I didn't feel sick was when I was eating. So I just ate and ate and ate, and it wasn't fun. It was pretty stressful, trying to still work and be pregnant, and so I won't be doing that again.
Do you remember, Lana, feelings of your body changing and you dealing with these new things happening first time you were pregnant?
I loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I felt sick, but the opposite. I couldn't eat anything.
Oh, right.
It
Yeah.
didn't matter what I did.
Yeah.
I didn't. So, but yeah, no, I did feel very sick and I did have a few other things going on, but I was just super excited about growing a little person inside me. Thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I was, because I didn't have that same thing of my body didn't change that much as well. I just got a tummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wonder because, like, obviously I can't relate to it, cannot even understand, but like how different it is for some women. Like they feel like eating all
it's
this
so different.
weird
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
you know, like that they would never do. And then it feels like once they do it, it's like, oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
And for some other ones, it's completely the opposite.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
fascinating.
It
The
is
bodies
really
and humans,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think often it's nutrients that you need, that you will be craving things that are,
Strange.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's a big topic.
It's a big,
huge topic.
Big topic.
Ooh.
And can you still exercise? Like, can you go through a routine when you're pregnant?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Is
Yeah,
it-
yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like, of course, you get clearance from doctor or midwife for when you're pregnant, and obviously not a lot of action around the core, like no core work, or you've got to watch your body temperature as well when you're pregnant, when you're training. And there's some amazing trainers who specialise in pregnancy training, like all over online, and who specialise in that kind of stuff. Yeah. But definitely, like, if you've been active before you get pregnant, you're pretty much safe to continue with a few variations. Yeah.
I think it's all about listening to your body, and I do think that's
Yeah.
simple to say, but I think it's hard for people because I think most people are so out of touch with their body,
Yeah.
and so
So
and
out of
how
touch, yeah.
and it's the same with the food thing.
Yeah.
It's like just notice how you feel after
Yes,
it, and
yeah.
sometimes it's good to like change it up,
Yeah.
to see how you do feel something new. But when people, because I think that it would when you're really in touch with yourself, it's basically self-regulating. You go for a run when you're pregnant and you don't, feel a bit funny, or you just get the thing, oh, I think I should stop. And
Yeah.
so you stop.
Yeah.
But so many people, I think, are just so out of touch with our bodies because we're not.
Yeah,
in them
yeah,
enough.
yeah. Well, everyone's nervous systems are just shot. Like,
Yeah.
they're just operating from that fight, flight, or freeze, and they don't even know it. Like, I see
Yeah.
that so often with the women who come to the gym, and they're just away with the fairy sometimes. Like, okay, come on, we're moving on, next station. And they're like, oh, what's happening? So, yeah, I do see it a lot, just highly strung, stressed, like chronic stress, fatigue, not sleeping.
I was going there. The rest time, so important. Maybe as important as the workout.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like your recovery is just as important as the training. And, we all go too hard every now and then. But, recovery, rest, and listening to your body. Like, if you've got an injury or a niggle, making sure that you get it looked at, not just going until it
Breaks.
breaks. Yeah, yeah.
For people like who are keen to start a journey, like go to the gym, trying to get a program. Like, I understand because you already said like people are different. We have different ways of dealing with our bodies. But like, would it be better, would you say, to try an early workout, because some people train in the evening and then they feel awake? Or some
Yeah.
people question. Is that a rule there, or not really? Really depends on how.
Like what? So what?
A better time to train,
Just whenever
or-
it's going to fit in with your lifestyle. Like, adherence is the number one thing when you want to start a journey. Like, are you going to adhere to that? And there may be a more optimal time as far as muscle growth or fat loss, but what's optimal for you and your life. Like someone might have 6 kids that they can't leave at home at 6 in the morning or 5:30 at night when everyone wants dinner. I'm speaking from like a mum because most of my clients are women. So you really have to think about what's going to fit into what your lifestyle is currently like now and what you can adhere to over a long period of time, because progress takes a long time. It's not like a 12-week challenge. It's like, what do you want to do for the rest of your life? Because you should be doing this forever. Fitness and health and eating properly. So yeah, I would, when I like do a consultation with a client, we get really in depth and we'll sit down and talk about what their work schedule's like, how old their kids are, and what they can realistically fit in. And it might only be twice a week, but that's better than 0 a week. Yeah.
You mentioned something about like it depending on what you're targeting, it might be better, and you said like, oh, muscle growth or whatever. Like for that specific case, is there a time that would be better from your experience
for muscle growth?
From muscle growth or like for losing
fat loss
or for fat loss. Is there something that usually works?
Yeah,
well?
like generally as a rule, like training first thing in the morning for fat loss is sort of optimal.
Gets your metabolism going.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and on an empty stomach. For muscle growth, it would be like probably later in the evening after you've eaten all day, so you've got more energy to
Build muscle.
Yeah, so you can lift heavier weights. So yeah, that as a rule is sort of the principles of it. Yeah.
Right. I feel like I love going for walks before going to bed if I can squeeze it in. But busy life. But if I do a session, like I don't sleep. It keeps me awake.
Yeah.
Keeps me awake.
Yeah.
I think also because of the drumming, because I play the drums. So like usually the gigs and the things are in the evening, and it peaks my adrenaline.
Yeah.
So like we finish a show and
Are you sure
awake.
it's just from the show though?
We're gonna have to keep that for the midnight show. Haven't drunk for 4 years now.
Oh,
And it's been a while,
That's
yeah.
great.
So no, it's
Don't think it's alcohol that keeps you up, just saying.
I know, right?
Although it does actually. It does.
It
doesn't
does. But it was funny because the last show that you were at, Lana, people thought that I was joking because I had a cup of tea.
Oh.
I was actually drinking peppermint tea for like the whole set, and it was a very energetic
Oh,
Yeah.
peppermint keeps you up.
set. But it did keep me
Yeah.
up. Yeah, but like that. But that's the thing. My body knows that if I'm on that stage, it will take time to chill. And I always remember that. I'm like, damn, I want to get this workout done, but I have to time it well. Otherwise, my next morning is gonna be
Tired.
miserable. Yeah, and timing, and that's why I said like that. There's an art involved there with getting things right.
Yeah,
With it?
yeah. Well, because you're like adrenaline and your cortisol would be like after playing the drums and all that loud music.
And your endorphins after exercising.
Yeah,
eh?
endorphins. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
When it's
Yeah.
not just drummers, but it's like for a lot of people, exercising at night is that thing. It will keep you up. But
Yeah.
then, yeah.
Everyone's so different though. Like
Yeah,
I
exactly.
could train at 6 o'clock and then have a hot shower and go straight to bed.
No, nice.
But yeah, it is different for everyone. And depending on if you like having any supplements or, like pre-workouts and things like that, that'll definitely keep you up. Yeah.
What are because it's such a hot topic as well, right? Supplements, what is okay, what should be used, what should not. Again, I think each case is a case.
Yes, yeah.
But like on a personal level, is there anything that you supplement or something that you would tell people, yeah, this will help you in this case? Like
I only really recommend protein powder. Just because we don't really get a lot of protein in our normal diets, what I'm finding. And if everyone should want to gain muscle, really, like, I'm just going to throw that out there. Everyone needs to gain muscle.
That's because muscle helps get rid of fat, right?
No, well, not necessarily. Like,
Okay.
so when we're building muscle, like one, it's going to keep our bones healthy and stronger, especially as women. Yes. Two, like in a way, it will like speed up your metabolism. I hate like saying stupid words like that because they're such like gimmicky words. So yeah, what happens is when we build muscle, we need more energy for those muscles. So like when we sitting here right now or walking up and down stairs or making our bed or mowing the lawns, our body's going to need more energy to fuel those bigger muscles. That makes sense. And what we need is protein to help do that. And yeah, so that's really the only supplement that I would recommend. To be honest, I don't know enough about all the other supplements to make any more comments. But yeah, that's sort of all I recommend for my clients. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always worried because, especially for younger people, sometimes it comes as a package, right? Oh, let's go to the gym, and then someone says, "Oh yeah, get the protein, get the creatine, get the pre-workouts, workouts." You know, like and most of the time, unfortunately, it doesn't come from a professional. It's like it's a friend or someone saying, "Oh, that's what I'm doing," and then you see a lot of younger people like just making these cocktails of things that don't necessarily mean
Also,
much.
do you think that young people are working out way too much at the gym? Like I just see like guys and they're like, look, they're like at 13 and they can't even put their arms down by their sides. I'm
What
just
gym
like,
are you going to?
Mate, it was probably more in Auckland, but and with watching my son grow up, and I was like,
yeah.
oh my God, can you tell your friends to stop working out? Like, it's weird. But, I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I've noticed, like, the shape of particularly men really change over the last 30 years.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
don't
like-
know. Maybe not in Whitianga.
Well, both ways. Men just used to be generally slimmer, right?
Yeah.
Generally, like, but not massively, there weren't that many men that were like, whoa, he's muscly.
Yeah.
And there weren't that many men that were like, whoa, he's got a pot.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
now you're
yeah.
like, oh, you're 22 and you've got a pot.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I guess
yeah.
it depends on where you hang out, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I
well, it's all basically women at my gym, so I don't see any men. But men are welcome to come. Just a little disclaimer, but we just don't get a lot of men there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really see.
No, you haven't seen it. You haven't
Carly,
noticed.
why
Might
do
just be me.
why do you think is that? Why do you think men doesn't go to your gym? Do you think they get?
I think they're
like,
scared.
because it's just woman there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think now, like, there's a couple of other gyms in town, so I think that, like, everyone's catered for now. And because we mainly just do classes, group fitness, it's kind of not like the scene for.
The pumping iron.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know why. It's just one of those.
I saw a
things.
cool video yesterday, and the guy was saying that like there's this idea of, you know, like of course lifting weights and everything, like it's handy, it's gonna get you to a place, but like all those acrobats, all those guys, like it's mainly about body weight.
Yeah.
It's mainly using your own body
Yeah.
and being very creative the way they're using, and those motherfuckers are shredded.
Yeah.
And you don't see them kind of like, you know, looking
Yeah.
like, because
But not bulky.
not
No,
bulky.
and lean,
That's-
that's
yeah,
not
it's
lean.
lean, and,
Yeah.
like it doesn't seem like they are worried about their image. It's about like the challenge of being capable of doing
Yeah,
something
their
with your own body.
performance, yeah,
Because
yeah.
so many guys are big,
Yeah.
but they are not. I don't know if the word is flexible, but like, you know what I mean, fast or something like that.
agile.
And even
Yeah.
not
Agile.
strong. Like, honestly, in my experience, some of the leanest guys are like ridiculously strong. You know,
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
just the way their muscles are and they're
Yeah.
like naturally strong.
Yeah.
And then I've been like, I'm quite strong.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like get guys to help me with things. And I'm like, whoa,
You're not helping, man.
you got big muscles, but you're not very strong.
Got to your brain, eh? Those matters. Do you feel like the girls that come to the gym, is that an idea of what like social media is doing to people? Like, do you include that? Because it feels like a group from what you're saying. It feels like a nice place, a safe
Yeah.
place to have conversations as well and
Yes.
to feel good about it, which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like it should be
Yeah.
the vibe
Yeah.
when you're dealing with health and fitness. Like, but what do you want? What do you want to get out of this? Do you want the TikTok thing, like the body, or it doesn't seem to be right. And then when you talk, when you find that common ground, you're like, oh no, you have to feel good about yourself, not trying to be someone else or trying to be something that you're not. So like, is it a good space for that as well? Do you feel like you chat and you get to know the girls well?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I know everyone's kids. I'm like, I know very personal details about a lot of people, and know that everyone's got so much going on, behind the scenes. Like, we just don't know. When someone's mean to you on the street, you don't know that their mum just died or something and they've snapped at you for bumping into them. But yeah, there's definitely, like, I think it's a really safe little space down there. We've created some really good connections, and it's like a nice small vibe. Like, we don't have any more than 12 people in at a time, so that we're able to focus on each client properly and give them the best service. We're really hard out on technique as well. I'm quite proud to say as well that there's been no one that's come away with any injuries either. Proud of myself for that.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
'Cause,
I'm pretty hard out with technique. From one injured person, e.g. myself, it's just it's so annoying being injured, and not being able to do what you can do or not come to the gym. So I'm really quite hard on everyone. Yeah.
And it's good because it's longevity, you got to look after that body. You got to do it in the right way.
Yeah.
I think I've been injured from bad, no one caring about technique.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Because one of those injuries is still there.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
it was like a CrossFit thing, and there were lots of boys.
Yes, yeah.
And it was just
and
like,
the ego.
Whoa, and I can be a bit like that.
Yeah.
When I'm in
me
the
too.
zone.
Yeah,
I
in the
can do
zone.
that. I can do that.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
it's just like, oh, ow.
Yeah. I mean, injuries happen. Like, you could fall down a curb and break your ankle, but if I can try and make the experience as safe and enjoyable as possible, I always will. Yeah.
Did you? I think I read on your website that you also worked on a cruise ship.
Yes.
How was that experience? That's an interesting
one. It was
one.
amazing. It was incredible. So it was in 2012, I think. So 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. I was living in Australia and I applied for this job as a personal trainer on the cruise ship, and I got the job and did 2 weeks training in the Sunshine Coast, and there was like a group of 12 of us, like all young personal trainers, like that were real cool, and did this big training for 2 weeks, and we all got handed an envelope which told us which ship we were going on and where we were flying out to. So I got a job on a Holland America line ship, and it was the Maasdam. I think that's how you say it, Maasdam. And it was docked in Montreal in Canada. So like 3 days later, or like jumping on a plane to the other side of the world.
Cool.
Get off the plane. I'm like, why isn't anyone speaking English? I was speaking French. I was like, oh my God. Trying to like find my way around. Yes.
Thanks. Lana.
And I embarked on the ship, and we travelled around like the French part of Canada, like Quebec and Montreal and Prince Edward Island and like all the little islands of Boston, and then we went down to the Caribbean. And and then we went like all over Europe, like Italy, Spain, Morocco.
Wow. How much time would you get off the ship when you're in these ports?
Not much.
No.
Like,
So you saw all these places.
we saw from the window.
I saw the port.
Yeah.
Of those places.
Oh no, we did make an effort to get off. Like, we usually got like an hour or two lunch break, and we'd try and go
Be like,
find.
quick!
Yeah, we'd like go and find the Wi-Fi and then go and find some shopping.
So what's the routine like? How is the work when you when you're working with fitness
on a cruise ship?
It was pretty much like slave labor, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
We didn't really get paid, so you got paid on commission.
Wow.
And we were like basically there to sell these garbage detox products to people on. Has anyone been on a cruise ship before? And we had to run these seminars, right? So it would be like clickbait, you know, like how to lose fat from around your stomach. And then we'd have to get up and talk for 45 minutes about these products that would apparently clear out your fat cells by detoxing your body through all these pills. And
I don't think I'm going to keep on with the fast. I'm just going to go with the pizza.
Yeah.
And if you can hook me up with
Yes,
some of
I
those products.
so will.
You still got the contacts?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I hope I don't get like sued or something. I won't mention any. I can't even remember what they were called, to be honest. And anyway, so yeah, we were meant to get commission off selling these products, and I didn't believe in them, so I didn't push
That's
them.
hard.
We got tips and stuff though, like because we had to teach spin, Pilates, and yoga.
So
Yeah.
try this miraculous pill, but we're gonna make you work out a little bit as well because it might help, right?
Yeah. But meanwhile, they'll go and like sit at the buffet for 3 hours and yeah.
Free
But
drinks.
It was such an amazing experience because I got to see so much of the world and it was worth it.
And your accommodation was paid.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
your
Our
travel
food
and accommodation
yeah.
and food.
Yeah.
Babe,
It
that's
was all
most of your
paid.
costs.
Yeah.
Was it easy to sleep, to be in the cruise ship? I don't know. I feel like it would be horrible for me. Is it stable? Like, is it one of those crazy?
It's like a big.
It's
you're in a huge.
like a
ship.
floating mall.
Yes,
That is
yeah.
what puts me right off. I
Yeah.
don't like malls on land, and I would not
you
like
would
to be
hate
stuck in
the
a
cruise
mall
ship.
in the freaking ocean.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
hate it.
no.
Yeah.
No,
So it was kind of like a jail cell.
because they're small, right?
We
and
had
did
no
you have to
window.
share?
Yeah, we had to share. So
No windows.
no, we were like, you got paired up with the other girls from the spa, like the beauticians and stuff. So the room would have been like this, not much bigger
Size of
than
this
this
table.
area, bunk beds, and like a little ensuite. But we used to have some wild parties in these little crew cabins because we had our own bar underneath the deck as well. So that was us nearly like
Hospo night every night.
yeah. Well, we had to like drink away our sorrows. Like,
Did they make you? The alcohol was free too.
the alcohol was so cheap. Like
Oh.
a Corona used to be like 75 cents, and like
Well,
Jaeger bombs were $2. Like,
It'd
it
have
was
to be,
insane.
seeing as they weren't really paying you.
Yeah. Basically, did not pay us. But I actually would highly recommend doing it. Like if you don't have any major debt that you need to pay while you're working, like it's amazing experience.
What were the people like on the cruise ship?
The guests or the
Yeah.
staff?
No, the guests.
Oh, they were all American.
Okay.
They were all lovely, all older people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's what I was meaning. Like, what's
Yeah.
the demographic?
Oh, yeah.
Mainly older people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
on this particular ship, like you can get on the party ships where there's be younger people, or like the Disney one. The Disney one, that would be my like worst nightmare. Oh my god! Thank God I didn't get on that one. Like, hordes of children.
Was it something with the envelope? It could have been the Disney one in the envelope.
Oh,
Is that what do you mean when they
Was
gave
it like
you?
a surprise? Could you have gone on the Disney one?
Yeah, someone else got on the Disney one. Yeah.
Damn.
You were being looked after.
I was. I really
It's like
was.
the Amazing Race, cruise ship style. Where's she going?
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
You wake up and Mickey Mouse is next to you. Like, whoa, shit, didn't see that coming. Have you been to Disney before, Lana?
Disneyland?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Damn, I
I'd
know.
love to go there.
Well, I've been to Euro Disney.
Yeah.
It was like exactly the same, I've
Yeah.
heard. And I went, so it's in Paris, and me and my kids were there. We were in Paris for Christmas.
Oh, wow.
And I had to pay twice because I got to Disneyland and I'd put the wrong freaking date on the or something, and I was like, please, can you just transfer it? Because clearly I haven't. And they were like, no. And so it was like, it was crazy. I don't even want to talk about it. I think it was like 600 euros or something. It was like our whole budget. It was like, what? I was like, never mind.
Come on, kids.
Yeah. The Aerosmith roller coaster.
Roller coaster.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we went on that twice. And honestly, the teacups were my highlight. I'm not joking. I'm so, but I just had always wanted to be in, and it was so fun. My kids have got this video of me, and I'm just like, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Disneyland. Have you?
No. I'd love to take my daughter one day. Yeah. We'll start with Rainbow's End though, maybe.
So Fabian, one of our co-hosts, he's just like the one of the most knowledgeable people like when it comes to musicals, like Disney musicals.
Oh, wow.
He can play all the songs. He can teach them
Sing
beautifully. Yeah. So that's his vibe. And I understand like how it gets attached, because so many of us grow up with Disney movies, right? Like the thing, like for me coming here and listening to everybody singing the songs, and I knew the songs in Portuguese, and then I meet these Argentinian friends, and they were singing the songs in Spanish, and I'm like, wow, like it's a huge influence, isn't it? In the world,
it's a global influence.
I was going to get started on that. I feel like Disney, like you feel about the Queen.
Oh man,
I give a lot of shit to
so many stories, and there's like there's so many weird subliminal messages and like all the women.
No, we're gonna go there.
Oh no, I never used to. I was such a Grinch with my kids. I'd be like with that like Lion King. Basically, that's the only one.
Yeah,
maybe Moana.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
right,
I know I get too serious.
And Aerosmith roller coaster.
And Aerosmith roller coaster.
Loving it, I love it.
Yes.
Well, your kids are like, Mum, stop it.
All the time. Not just, but mainly like, don't dance in the supermarket. I don't tell you what to do.
How is your daughter? Has she got like access to phones or to iPads and stuff?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah.
Do you watch stuff together? Like how? Or she's taken over. How's the?
Oh, like I monitor what she watches. Yeah. Like she watches those shorts on YouTube. She's like, what? I'm like, man, you've been watching me too much, but just mainly like cartoons and like SpongeBob and stuff like that. Yeah, like random kids playing with dolls and
Unboxings,
yes, yeah. It's so random.
Eh? Speaking of random trends, unboxing ASMR is crazy, but like unboxing,
I don't think it's that crazy.
It's not that
I
crazy.
love an unboxing.
You love the unboxing.
Yeah. Do you know what else I love?
For what, Carly? What specifically? What gets you?
What else do you love?
Oh, cleaning ones. Like when they put their camera up.
What are you nodding? Like, you watch a lot of cleaning ones, do you?
I don't clean my house, but I love the cleaning videos.
Yeah. There were cleaning ones. What are you guys
I
talking
follow
about?
these Instagram accounts of these cleaning people, and they're like a big mess, and then they like put a time lapse on, and they're like clean it up, and it's like, and then they do like a nice slow pan of the room, and it's like
very satisfying.
So satisfying.
Oh, I get that. Now. Thank you.
Yeah. Or like a good before and after.
Yeah. And which unboxing ones are your favorite ones? What kind of products do you go for?
All of them.
Let's go deep.
No?
What'd you say?
It's like surely toys.
Toys? Oh, for my daughter.
Great? I don't know, but for adults, what's in a box that you are so excited about?
Microphone.
Headphones. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Pizza. How cool is to watch someone open a pizza box? No?
That's like how I feel now.
I know, right?
You can only see the pizza, but you can't eat the pizza.
It's not that fun.
What do you watch? Unboxing ones?
Oh, all of them. Just like the influencers that you follow. like they get sent random.
So like
stuff.
if it's so it might be supplements or it might be
No,
like
I don't know, anything, makeup, like.
right.
I love to see what they get sent in like their PR packages because there's some really creative stuff coming out there now. Like this one lady got sent like a vision board book.
Okay.
And like it was like a big book and there was like pages of images and like there was specific like sunsets and then on another page was like couples in love and then like dogs on another and like you could create your whole like a
Big
like a
like a
scrapbook.
scrapbooking
Yes.
for vision boards, like
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
mansions and some
mansions,
boats
cars, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you could flick through and pick out the ones you
cut
like.
out. This is the man I want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the house I want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a sunset I like.
Yes.
Purple. Yes.
Yeah. So I thought that was like a really creative thing, and it's cool that anyone can start a business now, and it's not easy, but it's a lot more accessible than it was say 10 or 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see really creative people coming out of the woodworks and sharing different things like that. Yeah.
Speaking of starting a business, what were the biggest challenges when you started yours? No challenges.
Nah, not really.
Amazing.
Not giving up. Like
Yeah.
when I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep getting up every morning at 5 o'clock and going out in the middle of winter, it's cold. But it's always the time that you're like, before going to work, like once I'm there, I'm in the zone. Like I love it. But yeah, the biggest challenge, not many. I think when you just love it, you just don't really see it as a problem. You're like, well, what can I do to make it better? Or, yeah, not massive challenges.
Have you ever done some work with like professionals, like coaching or therapists or people who support?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah. I did 2 courses with Grace Cater. She's been one of your guests before. She's an NLP coach. And I connected with her. I was friends with her sister, and she moved to Whitianga, and yeah, we became friends. And
Did you know NLP before during the sessions?
No.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it is? What is NLP? Like just your.
Well, it's called Neuro Linguistic Programming. So it kind of like, I'm gonna like totally butcher this. Sorry, Grace.
Yeah. No. But
She'll still be your friend.
It's your experience, like it's what you got from it. So
true.
It's
okay,
super
well,
valid.
so in my experience, I feel like it just sort of like took you back to where all your patterns and your behaviours came from, like from your childhood or your past traumas, and sort of made you look at your limiting beliefs and where they came from as well. And just unpacked a whole heap of stuff to slowly start sorting through, like within your mind. And it was really life-changing working with Grace, and I wouldn't have my business without her. Like I wouldn't have come so far without working with a professional like that, investing in myself. And yeah, it was the most valuable thing that I've done.
Is it? Sorry, were you about to say?
It's okay.
No. I was wondering, like, if it's so it's kind of telling yourself a new story.
Yes.
Because we tell ourselves stories all the time, right?
Yeah.
We live by the stories that we live. Is that?
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah.
I just love that you went straight for the mindset thing. I just think that's so great. Like you just,
I'm
to start a
obsessed.
business, you just like went for the mindset thing because it's the key to everything.
It is.
Yeah,
It really is. And I sometimes when I'm working with clients, like I really just want to be like, you need to go do some coaching, or like you need to start working on why you're telling yourself these things. Like, why are you telling yourself that you're fat and lazy?
Yeah.
Like,
and what's that doing to your body? Do you know about the milkshake experiment?
Yeah. And like just getting them to realise that the words that they speak to themselves are so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I believe that like that's for, like you said, like it touches every area of your life. And yeah, without your mindset being right, nothing's gonna fall into place for you.
And I think the words that we say outside about ourselves is like a fraction of what is going on inside. If you're like, if you're saying that out loud, I hate to think what's going on in there.
Yeah,
Because that's
yeah,
always 100 times worse.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Have you done any similar work
NLP?
or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I've done not. I worked with a counsellor who was Psych K practitioner, so that's kind of quite NLP based.
Yeah,
and yeah, I found it really powerful. Like, I really like things that work, and I don't want to. I like them. I like tools that are kind of simple and effective.
yeah,
And I found that amazing. Like there was a particular memory of a really awful thing that had happened to me that I couldn't really think about without crying. One little trip down memory lane, reprogram the memory, change it up, boom shakalaka.
Yeah.
I've never cried about it again.
yeah.
So what was it? So the process was you revisiting that situation and looking at from a different perspective. Can you? Is that right?
Yeah, it was like.
Is it too personal to say the process? How
No,
was
it's
it?
fine. It was like, so this was a thing when I was a kid, and we always used to go to this one place on the field, all the friends, and then this one day they all left without me, and I was like, oh, this is weird. And then I could feel it as I was walking across the field, and they were like, what are you doing here? And I was like, oh, like that.
Yeah.
And then that feeling of walking back across the field, and then
yeah.
that feeling of being ostracized for months
Yeah.
or however long it was.
Yeah,
So just basically getting,
bullied.
yeah, just kicked out of
Yeah.
this your full friendship group for
Yeah.
no reason at all. It's like that, the intermediate age.
Yeah,
And so during the process, you like went through that, saw that happening, and then basically you just made up a new ending. Like you just revisited it and you made it end differently. That would make you feel really good.
And do they put you on a meditative state?
Oh
or
no, do they
something?
do you do any hypnotizing? Nah.
No. Well, this is actually also in combination with EFT.
Oh, tapping. Yeah, yeah.
So with
NF
EFT,
EFT.
Emotional Freedom Technique.
What
which
is it?
also a great one.
What is it involved?
Just tapping in a series of acupressure points.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
going karate chop point.
Yeah.
There's like a rhythm that you do it in, a circle. And you basically, so if I'm thinking about that, for example, and I'd think, how charged is that memory for me from a 0 to 10? And it probably was like a 9.5 or 10. And then you go through like, even though I got completely rejected, I still love and accept myself. I completely love and accept myself. And then you go through this process, and then you just keep checking in. Now, how do you feel? Oh, it's like a 7,
Yeah.
and then you just work it down. So it's actually, it's like there's EDMR as well, which is EMDR, eye movement desensitization, something I always forget the R.
I've heard of that one.
But it is actually a neurological thing, because you know how we make paths, we carve these paths in
Yeah.
our brain
Yeah.
neurologically. Like it's actually a way of, microphone. Changing it up. It's
Yeah. Have you read
reprogramming.
Dr. Joe Dispenza?
Oh my God, I love him.
He's so good. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Yeah.
That was such a good book. Great book, yeah.
Yeah.
What is it involved? What's his technique, or what's his
He's
thing?
is he a neuroscientist? I think he talks about how you're addicted to your thoughts, and that your thoughts create the chemistry in your brain, which then gives out the energy, which then you attract more of or less of.
He's got a really interesting story. He was biking along and he was hit by a truck and he like mucked up his whole spine. But he was actually a
He was a chiropractor, wasn't he?
yeah. He knew the ins and outs of the spine without, and anyway, they said that they wanted to fuse his lower 5 vertebrae or something, and he was like, well, I would never recommend that to my patients, so I'm not going to have that
Yeah.
done. And he was like, he knew about the placebo effect, and he was like, he basically just decided that he was going to spend 6 weeks mentally rebuilding
I've
every
seen the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every bone in his spine.
Yeah.
And at first he could only do it for like 10 minutes, and then he could do it for longer, and then he was doing it for hours at a time, and he did it.
Yeah.
So he didn't have to have any surgery. His back is fine. And so then he just got obsessed with the power of the mind, you know, and so he is, yeah, I would definitely recommend him
Yeah.
have a look at that.
Yeah, he's a great author. He talks a lot about how like your brain works and different the brain waves and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
For both of you, do you feel like all these powerful tools, they are not as known for the public because people are still trying them, or because there's big industries pushing all the, you know, easy pills, things that might be a quick fix, and actually people are avoiding us to know some stuff? That's a deep question, isn't it?
I think that for me personally, like I really didn't believe a lot of that stuff because I was like, that's you guys are just hippies. Like, it's not true.
Not true.
And it's not taught to us from an early age.
Yeah.
We weren't taught anything like that about positive thinking or how your brain works. We were taught about maths, science, and English. And yeah, nothing to do with, well, I know when I went to high school, there was nothing to do with mental health, or how your thoughts affect your reality. But yeah, that's my take. But yeah, there's like this, also like this perception that that type of message is like for airy-fairy hippies. But now I think like a lot more people are talking about it now on social media. Well, the people that I follow, it's a bit of like confirmation bias, but because I follow all the same people that.
Oh, no, I definitely
Yeah.
think it is, because I've been following him for like over a decade, and now
Right.
so many more people that you talk to know
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's in general, and I think what you said about hippies is like kind of in general too. I think that's got a lot of reasons. I think that science is actually catching up with
Yes,
spirituality in
it
lots of
is.
ways.
Yeah.
Like, so now it's measurable, and they can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
the electromagnetic field that the heart puts out.
Yeah.
So they can, you know, that makes people that need that kind of, you know, confirmation.
Yes, they
Thing.
need the evidence.
But I do think that we live in a freaking crazy world. This system is so broken, and it's that all about the materialistic view, like the body is a machine.
Yeah.
This is, you know, and it's like, and that's not how it works. There's more to it than that.
There's so
and I
much
think
more.
the human spirit has a hunger for that, and I think more and more people are like feeling it out.
Yeah, they
and,
are
you know,
tuning in. Yeah.
Yeah, tuning in.
That's what I'm trying to brainwash my clients into believing. So I'm like, if you just believe it, it'll come true.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing you mentioned about the revisiting places and telling yourself a new story, I saw something similar on that How to Change Your Mind, the Netflix
yeah,
one
that's a
about
good show,
psychedelics.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the episodes, right? I think the MDMA one, that the lady heals a lot of trauma by taking a trip and going back to the places. And just her words, she says, I don't fear going to those places
Yeah.
anymore. I still go, but I look at things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
So we have this power, right?
Yeah.
We have the power to change a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's like the discomfort. It's like when you're working out, right? You've got to go towards the discomfort.
Yeah.
And that's the same in life.
Yeah.
It's like you've got to go into the discomfort.
Yeah.
And like with the psychedelic experience, generally like there's always going to be this super scary part. And what you need to do is you need to turn to face the super scary thing, and
Yeah.
you need to move towards it.
Yeah.
And then it transmutes into something else. And it's like life. It's like all of those things that we don't talk about, that we're scared of, that we're ashamed of. And, you know, when you actually move towards those things, you get results. Like
Yeah.
when you get discomfort in a workout,
Yeah.
you get results.
Yeah. People are addicted to their comfort zones, though. So even when a situation is bad, like an abusive relationship or a toxic workplace, it's familiar. And like for some people, being overweight and being unhealthy with their exercise and their food, like that's all they know. That's their comfort. And even though they know that it's bad for them, they know that they shouldn't stay in this toxic relationship. It's familiar, and we're always seeking what's familiar because our brain just wants to seek what we're always used to. It uses less energy. It's like that reptile part of our brain. So that's why when we do start something new, like an exercise regime or a different style of eating or a new job, we do feel really exhausted and fatigued, and people trying to leave abusive relationships. Like, we see it all the time, you know, a woman getting beaten up and they still stay there because that's what's familiar. So, yeah, that's really interesting to see. Like, that's almost like they self-sabotage as well, just to get back to that same familiar spot. And that's what that book, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about a lot, is that we're just addicted to that chemical reaction in our brain, that cycle. Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because, like, things are changing so fast and everything is right in front of us. And it feels like it would be weird to accept that there's still domestic violence and all the stuff, but the numbers don't lie, eh?
No.
Like, it's still so present
Yeah.
in our society.
Yeah.
We gotta.
I think we got a lot of stuff going on, but I don't think we're getting any more. Like, I think people are more fake than they've ever been, probably in lots of ways. There's so much pressure. I don't think we're getting any more vulnerable and any more connected and any more real necessarily. I think there's a lot of like talk around that, and like a lot of talk around mental health, and a lot of, but then in the end, how many people are like, I talked to quite a few people and I'm like, so who else have you told? And they're like, oh, no one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, not your partner, not your best friend? Like, and no, there's like this shame, the vulnerability and the shame is so huge.
Do you, for both of you, do you feel like powerful women scares men, put men off? Like, it feels like for men, it's like it's their job to be the powerful one, and then they come with the excuse of like, oh, we're here to protect. That's our job, you know. So seeing a woman becoming,
I think it disempowers men sometimes. I think that the roles have been too far reversed. This is my opinion, and there's a lot of emasculated men out there because women, like, you can hear it in the lyrics in just about every song from like Beyonce and, you know, all the rest of them. Like, I'm all for women having careers and having jobs and being independent, but I think like it's gone a little bit too far, and like now there's all these useless men that aren't being men.
I agree.
That's an interesting
they're
point.
totally
But
emasculated.
what do you mean by not being men?
Not providing, not protecting, not stepping up as a man, like a leader in a family.
I also think that it's scary for men now because we've got all this talk about toxic masculinity, and like I've speak to a lot of men about this, and they're like, I don't know whether to
Take
like,
charge.
I don't even know whether to compliment a woman anymore. Like, is she going to take offense?
Yeah, I think that's
and I'm not going to.
bullshit.
And I just feel really, because I feel like, of course, I think anyone can do anything that they want, but I do feel like, and what to your thing, like powerful women is like not the good ones. You know, it doesn't put the good ones off. And also that's about like enjoying each other. Yeah. But it doesn't mean like, I think New Zealand women are particularly, I can do it. Leave me alone. And that's what I know that, I mean, I've come to this conclusion because of foreign men that I've spoken to and are friends with, and they're like, whoa, you guys are intense. I'm like, okay, yeah. And that like relaxing into, I don't know. And if you're at the point where you're not allowed to talk about what a woman is, like, I am really freaked out about the pregnant man emoji on my phone. Like, no, seriously, that's
What's
not...
that?
Seen it.
Pregnant men.
Check it out.
Oh my god.
Put pregnant in, and there's men that are pregnant too, and I'm like, no.
It's too far. It's
and
too
like,
far.
I don't want to. I'm never going to say pregnant people. Sorry. The person is not. The woman is pregnant.
Yes.
And because we are different, which is so delightful.
Like everything,
you know,
energetically, chemically, like I totally agree. Yeah.
So I've been working on my solitude for the last maybe 2 or 3 years. We had a chat about that, right? Last weekend. Because I'm feeling like if I'm tapping into a relationship, if I'm going to start a relationship, that I'm gonna be needy, that I'm gonna try to get something out of that I'm lacking of, maybe I'm already starting on the wrong foot, you know. So I'm just trying to find a place where I'm comfortable enough with myself, that we can complement each other. And by spending that time with myself, I realized that there's a lot of value in understanding the beauty of my feminine side. So I'm not scared of it.
Yeah.
Would that be a thing then for a society? I'm not saying that what I'm doing is the answer, but like, is the balance then what we're lacking of like the powerful woman having a strong masculine side and still being feminine, still being, you know, herself. Same for the man, you know, like be the provider, be the man, but like being able to express his emotions, to talk about what he's feeling. Is as we usually say, is the balance the key, or we should stick to our male figure and feminine female figure? What do you?
It has to be balanced. Yeah.
Because we've both got the energies within us, and that's fine. And I think a lot of women, even though they're quite in their masculine, they also need to access it a little bit more. Yeah. You know, learning to say no, learning to put themselves first.
Yeah.
You know? And I definitely think with the whole world, we need to rebalance that masculine and feminine energy. And it's all a continuum. Like, you know, you can be whoever you want to be. You can love whoever you want to love. That's not a problem. But I still think that we need to honour the masculine and the feminine. Yeah. Both within ourselves and within each other. Because that polarity is awesome. Yeah. Like, we love that. Yeah. It's like there's a reason. Yeah. And I like what you're doing. You're like filling up your cup. So you don't come needing, you're like overflowing. Yeah.
And not filling your cup up so you can help others. Like, I hate that saying, like, if you don't look after yourself, you won't be able to look after anyone else. Like, you should just look after yourself because you need to look after yourself, not because you need to go and help anyone else. Yeah. Like, look after yourself because you want to.
So when you hear that saying, you hear like people saying, look after yourself as a service to other people.
Yeah. Isn't that just stupid though?
I think it's just one of those ways that, because we're so programmed not to be selfish.
Oh, but so I think it's just one of those being selfish, like going, like exercising or eating properly or getting 8 hours sleep. Like, how is that being selfish?
Yeah, it's not.
That's a normal human. Yeah. Yeah.
And also it's that thing of like, I know a lot of, you know, when I had children, I was like, they're going to fit in with my life. You know, I love them, but I'm not going to stop my life for them. Yeah. And it's the same with children or relationships, or it's like you've got to do what you've got to do so that you're the best you for all the people. Yeah, like, oh no, I'm saying that thing. She hates that thing.
But show up. I mean, like, you should want to show up your best for yourself because you feel good, not so you can go and like run around after 10 people. Sound real selfish now, eh?
Oh my God, she's so selfish. I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, but I think you're so right, because as we need to honour other people, we need to honour ourselves. Yeah. Kind to self, kind to others. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah.
So if some dudes want to join the ladies classes, it's all good.
Yeah,
they'll
totally.
be welcome.
They so will be. Yeah, yeah. We've got some good.
What are the classes, by the way?
What are the classes? Yeah. So we have HIIT classes, HIIT circuits. We do a couple of endurance kind of fitness classes, spin, Zumba.
What's endurance fitness?
Oh, just basically 45 minutes hard out.
Yeah. No interval. Just
no interval. Just high intensity training. Like high reps, bit of weightlifting, cardio, bit of everything in those classes. We do Pilates and Zumba, spin, abs, butts and thighs, which is a really popular class. But yeah, we do have a couple of token guys that come along.
Don't call them tokens.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God.
We've got a couple of guys that come.
Oh, yeah, we've got a couple of guys. Yeah.
Brave, cool guys.
Brave, yeah, real cool guys. But yes, men are welcome to join.
Cool. And where can we find Infinite Fitness? What was the easiest way to get in touch with you?
Okay, so my website is infinitefitness.nz or Instagram, Facebook, Infinite Fitness Whitianga. Otherwise, you can pop down. I'm at the old rugby club gym, just by the tennis courts, and there's usually someone there mid-morning or later in the afternoons if anyone wants to pop down and say hello.
How's the sauna going?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah?
It's amazing. Yeah.
Is the infrared one?
Yes, yeah. So I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to his podcast and always talking about the sauna. So yeah, I bought a little infrared sauna a couple of months ago, and it's been great for the winter months. Yeah.
Is it yours? Is it for personal use, or it's actually part of the
No,
the
it's
gym?
part of the gym.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
So when you sign up, you can jump in it. Yeah.
And the is it similar to the? I understand that it's not similar, but like the sweating and all those things. Like, is that what it is, or is it just a completely different? I haven't done the infrared one yet.
So I don't know a heck of a lot, but from what I do know, like I know I've been in like a traditional sauna compared to this one. It's not as intense. It's a different type of heat. So the infrared heats you instead of the atmosphere. I think I've got this right. I'm not sure. Is that right? Do you know?
And I think it penetrates deeper as well.
Yeah.
It's near infrared, It's like really healing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. And it's good for your like nervous system and skin, sleep, digestion. There's a huge list of health benefits to it.
And then you jump straight in the ice bath.
Oh no. No, I hate the cold. So I'm gonna just stick with the heat principles right now. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. Yeah.
Because I think that's something that he talks about as well,
Yeah.
right? This
The
jumping
hot and
from
cold.
hot and cold.
Yeah. I
That's-
just
Come on, turn towards the discomfort, babe. Come on.
I'm
go.
It's 50 degrees in that sauna. I'm pretty discomforted in there. I get
Yeah,
out.
okay, one discomfort
Yeah,
at a time.
one, yes.
Fair enough.
Discomfort at a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good. Yeah, I've been on a cold shower journey for a while now.
yeah.
1 year and 3 months and 7 days.
Whoa.
Let's hope no. Sure. But yeah, 1 year and like 3 months. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's painful enough that I remember very well when I started. Yeah.
So when you say cold shower journey, is this like a little bit at the end of the shower,
No,
or is this the whole shower,
Yeah.
or
Cold shower, 2 minutes at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
first thing in the morning.
So it wasn't because
Boom.
you didn't pay your power bill.
No, but now I'm understanding that I can. I might as well start missing the power bill, and I'll be fine with the cold shower because it's all good. And I always say, people ask, "Oh, easy?" I'm like, never easy. Easy is not the word, but it starts to make sense.
Yeah.
Like most of the things in life, after
Yes.
you have to give it a go.
Yeah.
You know, like so. In a friend, again, like that's why I like to talk so much about the mindset, because it is a mindset thing.
Totally.
And this friend, he told me
yeah.
something and like it's stuck in my mind, and that's my exercise every day. He's like, get rid of the idea of feeling cold.
Yeah.
Get used to the idea of going for the cold. So I'm going
Yeah.
for the cold shower. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm
Yeah.
not like, ooh, it's gonna be cold. Yes.
Acceptance.
It's gonna be cold, man. Of
Yeah.
course it's gonna be cold. It's gonna be horrible. But like, go for it.
Yeah.
You know, like, and then singing a song, you know, like, and
You're
making
in
sure
there.
that the breathing is
Yeah,
it's
the
Do you do the
happening.
breathing
Thing.
before?
I do the
Like
Wim
a
Hof,
bit of Wim Hof before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And when I'm in it, I make sure that I am breathing, because
Yeah.
that first shock is easy to
Yeah.
hold it
Tense
there,
up.
but it
Oh my
instantly
God.
is
I'm
like.
cold thinking about it.
But I'll tell you what, and again, like it's always what comes after, as you say, like as soon as you finish it and you grab the towel,
Yeah.
it's like,
Relief.
oh, nice.
Yeah,
You know, probably
yeah.
the hardest part of my day is done. Like that's
Yes.
another thing that helps a lot. I'm like, well, it's gonna be hard to be worse than this, you know,
Yeah,
like during the
yeah,
day.
yeah.
You know, so again, it's just perspective, you know,
Yeah.
like how not easy, but yeah, a lot of benefits for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I might go and
I'm
get some.
inspired.
Yeah.
I'm inspired.
that
yeah.
mindset
I might go
thing
and
is
get some
so-
infrared sauna to alternate.
come
That's cool.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's such a good addition.
Nice.
Yeah.
You happy there, sir? Thank you so much. Lana, what a pleasure. So cool to have you here next to
So
me.
fun to be here.
Nice. We'll do it
Loved
again.
it, yeah.
Carly, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cool chats. Good luck with your journey.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I've heard amazing things from amazing women
cool.
about the work
Yeah.
that you're doing with them. So,
Thank you.
and the guys, I think was Graham. Graham Christian came, said that he was doing some stretchings or something. So there you go.
Yes, yeah, I'm gonna listen to his one this weekend. Yeah. Yeah, he's cool. Top man. Yeah.
Thanks for joining
you.
us.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Yay. We're going to have some more pizza, but not Lana. And we're back. Sorry.
It's okay.
She's going to take
I'm
some
strong
home.
as.
Yeah. Boom. And we're back on Monday for show 98 with Mr. Roger Harwood. He made this beautiful table here for us. He's a very, very interesting man. Knows a lot about the land, the soil. He's got an orchard and he loves the alternative living style. He's a very smart man, a sailor, one of my best friends. So it's going to be a very special show. On Wednesday, we're going to have another special show. I won't say the name because it might change. It might get even more special than what I was planning. And then show 100. So we're going to have the whole family here. It's going to be pretty cool. So stay with us. Thanks for watching. Peace.